Hi, we are back. Thanks for staying with us and joined in studio now by Craig Holland. Craig is the CEO of FRZT Incorporated. FRZT is their stock symbol. Craig, always good to see you.
Great to be here.
Now, it's got to be an exciting week for you. I saw a press release that came out this week. You've announced a new game. Tell us about that.
That's right. That's right. It's a new game called Black Forest Hidden Object Mystery. And it's a game. The main mechanic is a hidden object, but there are a lot of other adventure elements and puzzles and mini games and so forth. And the big news is that we are now ready to have a private beta with all those who can submit their name and be a part of playing the game before it actually goes live.
Now, yeah, while we're talking about this, we're looking at some footage right now of the game itself. Looks fascinating, let me tell you that to begin with. Is this along the same business model of the free-to-play that we've talked about in the past?
That's right, exactly. It's completely free to download and play. There are lots of interesting elements in the game that require waiting. For example, you have to farm and grow some magic herbs, and then you have to brew potions. And if you want to speed those up, you can spend some money with some in-app purchases to speed them up. But otherwise, if you're patient and you wait, you can play the game completely free.
And that's really where the whole revenue model comes in. I mean, people play these games, they get into them, they get excited about it, and they want to accelerate to another level, buy a life, things that, you know, I'm showing my lack of knowledge of these games when I say these things, but that's where they can buy additional, I guess, enhancements.
Yeah, in this case, that's exactly right. In this case, to do most of the activities in the game require energy. And you're allotted a certain amount of energy, and then you use energy every time you play a scene or play a mini game. And if you continuously use that energy, you'll use the energy up at some point. It will refill over time if you wait. If you don't want to wait, then you can spend some money and refill your energy more quickly.
For those of us in our age group, it's sort of like being at the arcade when we were kids and you kept throwing quarters in the machine to keep the game going along.
It's very much that way. And if you're proficient at the game, then you might not have to spend as many quarters.
Right.
But if you want to continue to play and you get really hooked on the game, then inevitably you end up emptying your pockets of all the quarters that you've got because you really, really like the game. And that is the business model. We're looking for people to get hooked on the game and enjoy it so much that they're willing to spend a little bit of money to continue to play.
Now, how do people, how do they actually pay you? I mean, is it like through things like Apple Pay, or is it a credit card on account? I mean, how do you actually generate the revenue?
It would be if you have an iTunes account on the Apple side, or in Google you have a Google Play account. So, I mean, there are millions and millions of people that have those accounts.
Sure.
And when you download the game, you actually are authorizing that. Even though you're not authorizing a purchase, you actually are authorizing the download through your iTunes account, for example, if it was on an iPad. And so you're already set up to purchase once you do the download.
Now, this Black Forest game, as we're talking about it, it's very new. You're actually looking for beta testers right now.
That's right.
When you're looking for a beta tester, I mean, what kind of person are you looking for?
Someone who enjoys playing games, who is interested in giving us feedback, because once they play the game, we're going to send them to a survey so they can fill that out. We're really looking for all types of people, ages, and you know, male and female. We're just looking for a broad spectrum of feedback to help us to fine-tune the game.
Is there a psychographic or demographic profile that you look for? I mean, I know that you're going to say, okay, our games are attractive to people between this age group, male, female. Do you have any data about that?
Well, sure. For this particular type of game, it does tend to be most popular, although it reaches a broad spectrum, most popular of women over 35.
Okay.
It has a lot of aspects that gender and age group like particularly. The fantasy elements, finding objects in a room, playing puzzles, those are just things that are very entertaining to that age group and to females.
And so if people want to become a beta tester of the game, they go to the website, blackforestgame.com. Is that where they would start?
There should be a referral there. There's actually another site to go to actually sign up, but we should have that on blackforestgame.com. And you should be able to find it on our site as well.
Now, I know that the last time we had you on the program, you mentioned that 2015 was going to be a year where you were going to quadruple your game production. I guess this is step number one. You have other games in the queue?
That's right. That's right. We have a game that we're actively producing that will be releasing in the early summer months, and another game we're working on right now that will be released in the third quarter time period. and a fourth game that will be in the fourth quarter. So we are on track with that.
Now, you're in beta testing right now with Black Forest.
Right.
What's the timeline for transition from beta testing to revenue generating?
Usually a couple of weeks to get whatever feedback we need, and then we'll do what we do is called a soft launch, where we'll launch in a specific geography like Australia or Canada, which are countries that are smaller markets, but they mimic the United States, which is obviously a huge market. And then once all of those tests pass, then we would go for North American launch, and then go worldwide from there. So it's a matter of weeks.
Well, check it out, blackforestgame.com, if you'd like to be a beta tester. And again, the company is FRZT, FRZT is their stock symbol. Craig, congratulations on this launch. We look forward to more data from you as it comes along.
Thanks.